Who's the bigger spotlight on this Sunday? Is it Sam Darnold or Kyle Shanahan? Because I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan as an elite play caller. How do you coach this up? How do you coach up Darnold? How do you get through this week with a win?
Are we getting ahead of ourselves on the Kyle's, not that he's lost trust or he's done with Brock, but like Kyle kind of wants to get a look. Like the guy is hurt.
No. Kyle doesn't want to risk losing games. Kyle wants to play the best player available.
I agree with that.
And that's why I think he left it open for Brock, saying, look, there is time for him. Here's what he said about the concussion protocol. Does he have time to clear concussion protocol by Sunday?
Does he have enough time to clear protocol in order to be available for the game on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, he does have enough time. Just got to go through the process.
I mean, Bonte.
He was very short yesterday, Shanahan.
Everyone we can make all the quarterback comments we want about Kyle, but you made a point earlier that I want to highlight. He does, I feel like, treat the quarterback position like the running back position.
Yeah, he treats every position like that.
Like once he's done with you, Matt Breida was his hog. And then something happened. He kept fumbling in games, got hit on the sideline, and he was like, I'm done with you. I'm back to Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman was his dog. And then all of a sudden,
he got hurt, and he was done with him.
He was like, oh, Raheem's here, let's go.
Jr. Well, that was actually Mike McDaniel's guy, but, Shanahan doesn't have a lot of patience. Again, his boy Shannon Sharp, who played for Mike and is known Kyle for 12, said, patience and the Shanahans do not mix. They're not patient human beings.
They've won 20 games in a little over a calendar year, okay? And we've seen Trey, Jimmy, Brock again this year, and now we might see Darnold.
Yep.
They've won 20 games.
20 games. You said you got Shanahan and Steve Wilkes on? All right, cool. Before we go to the lines, just hear this. I want you to...
Yeah, let me hear it.
Let this marinate in your brain for a second. Here's Shanahan on the all-out blitz before halftime.
Yeah, I think he knows. You guys, I think, talk to him tomorrow. He knows he messed up on that call. I have no problem with zero blitzes, especially when people need a lot of yards. If you need to get 20 yards to kick a field goal, I have no problem with the zero blitz. But I do when there's 16 seconds left, and that's where he lost track. There was no necessary need for that just because of the time. I have no problem with the call. I have no problem with that play call, but when it's that time, you can't do that. It's not an option.
Wow.
Did you not hear that?
Yeah, what I heard there was, you're on notice. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You don't do that in that situation.
Not when there's 16 seconds. Yeah. He knows. He said he knows he was wrong.
He knows he was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't hear that.
Was that the 49 double-decker bus that ran over Steve Wilkes?
Dude,
what was that?
Dude, I haven't heard Shanahan throw a coach under the bus like that. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
You two calling him 1 year Wilkes.
1 year Wilkes. 1 year wonder.
He might not even make it to the bye week.
He might not. Chris Kosaric might be calling defense. Do you believe the 49ers can still win with Sam Darnold under center? That's our YouTube poll question of the day. Let's go to Jay in Florida. Jay.
Hey, Jay.
In the Sunshine State. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you, Jay.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I only discovered you guys coming into this season, and I love listening to you guys, and I thank you for letting me be a frequent caller.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
What you got?
So, Kyle Shanahan might not have patience for his players and the revolving. I'm losing my patience with Kyle Shanahan.
Why is that?
I'm done with moving the goalposts with this quarterback carousel. Either get it done with what you have, or let's figure out something else. But these are your choices that you chose. You gave up 4 picks for Lance. You chose to go with Brian Hoyer instead of getting the young Deshaun Watson or Pat Mahomes. You chose to give Jimmy Garoppolo that $100 million contract. These are your choices.
Hey, you know what, Jay? Thanks for the phone call. And you know what? I just asked a question. Who's a bigger spotlight on this Sunday? Sam Darnold or Kyle Shanahan? I'm going with Kyle Shanahan.
Why?
Because you picked Sam Darnold over Trey Lance, your hand-put guy that you moved heaven and earth for in the NFL draft in 2021. And you picked Sam Darnold, a guy who's thrown over 60 picks. What has he got, 55 picks? He's got, 11 fumbles? He's dropped the ball 35 times. He sees ghost. This is on Shanny. This is on Shanny. The spotlight's on Shanahan now.
He does have an infatuation. We've talked a lot about Kirk Cousins with Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
He has an infatuation
with mid quarterbacks. All right? And know what you believe. And you know what Shanahan knows? He knows, okay, so if we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year, if this season goes awry, and Brock Purdy regresses a little bit, or Sam Darnold is not the guy he thought he was, he's got another out. Not only does he have the contract extension, but he's got free agency coming up. And who's going to be in free agency? Who's going to be one of the top players in free agency? Captain Kirk Cousins, who Shanahan just had a front row seat for, lighting him up on Monday Night Football.
You like that? You like that?
So then maybe we finally get our quarterback for the future. But who knows? Maybe that's just a 2-year deal.
I do think that the offense, if you look at like league rating, like I know we've made a lot about the defense, and the defense deserves to be criticized. We're accustomed to a top 5 defense to win lately in the last few years. I'm looking at points given up. They're middle of the pack points given up right now. Middle of the pack for the last couple of weeks during where it's been a little suspect.
They gave up 22 and 19.
But if you look at their offensive scoring compared to the rest of the league, that's what's really down.
Right.
Their offensive scoring, and we thought this was an offense-driven team this year. You kept saying, I think the offense is better than the defense.
Yeah, they are.
Because that would be a culture shift for this team.
It would.
And that's his side of the ball.
Yep.
And that's his baby. And he's got enough weapons to score more than 20 every week.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he believes that the quarterback, and he's hurt right now, so I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much on it. But if he believes he can do more with someone else in there, I think he owes it to himself to see.
Let's take some calls. And then we got more Shanahan sounds, Spadoni, on his faith in Sam Darnold. Because he may start on Sunday. Now, again, Shanahan said this about Purdy if he has time to clear concussion protocol.
Does he have enough time to clear protocol in order to be available for the game on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, he does have enough time. Just got to go through the process.
Ask what play he suffered a concussion?
When you watch the film, where do you think he hurt himself? Quarterback sneaks, maybe?
Possibly. We don't know for sure because he didn't start getting into the plane, so I don't know exactly, but I'd probably guess that.
Did he notice anything off about Brock Purdy?
No. Because I don't get to talk to him when I'm calling plays in. But he on the sidelines, a couple of those series, nothing with Grease hearing it. And I know after the game he talked to you guys and Corey, so it's kind of a surprise when I woke up on the plane.
To defend Brock Purdy,
you gotta love Shanahan.
I've just to defend Brock Purdy. I've gotten concussed, and I thought I was all there. And then looking back, I don't remember much. And people kind of knew I was out of it, but they didn't. Like, we know much more about concussions now than ever before, and even then, we don't know enough. Like, we just don't know. So this happens in car accidents where people feel the effects a day or 2 days later or whatever. Like, I think we need to stop pretending to be Twitter doc. Is all I'm saying. Like, oh, he was healthy enough for this and healthy. We don't know. We just don't know. The body reacts differently and weird. This is one thing I will say. Kyle's answer of possibly, it might be the way I answer my wife from here on out whenever she has 7 weeks from now. We are going to do something with my family on a Saturday night. Can we do that? Are you ready to do that? Possibly.
That's not going to work. You could try it, but it's not going to work.
I'm optimistic, I'll say.
Nothing is worse than when she goes, you know what today is? No, what's today? The day I sit on the couch and watch football? No, it's my second cousin's best friend's birthday. Duh. You promised you would go 7 Saturdays ago at 11:30 at night when you were sleeping, and you rolled over, and I said, do you want to go? And you were like, yeah, whatever. And then we're going. Oh, Spadoni knows exactly what I'm talking about. Locking yourself into something you have no idea. You're like, yeah.
I think everybody in a relationship knows how that goes.
You never heard the Bill Burr?
No, I've heard the
You
Bill
said
Burr.
You were going to bake a pumpkin pie.
Right.
And then Thanksgiving comes, he's like, what about that pie?
You just buried yourself.
Gosh darn it.
You're burying yourself right now. I'm just going to let you bury yourself.
I'm in a lot of trouble already, so.
Yeah, you're going to bury yourself. I'm off that. But Shanahan in that presser was very short. A lot of one-word answers. He was not in the mood.
Possibly.
He was not in the mood for your time. Like, he was just ready to get in and out of there. And so,
did he think he could bury?
He buried the said. He let the last thing. He always leaves these pressers. He always opens up the pressers with injuries. All right, so and so's not practicing. This guy's not practicing. And Brock is a concussion protocol. Wait, what? Brock said, Spadoni, I'm putting you on the spot here. If you could play the first minute of the presser.
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
On the back and forth because you just buried it. Shanahan is hilarious. As you do that, Spadoni, let's go back out to the lines. Richard Hayward.
Honestly can't believe Sam Darnold is going to start.
No, you can't believe it? I can.
Well, a part of me believes it, and a part of me can't believe it.
Shanahan is hilarious.
2 weeks ago, Purdy looked. I thought he looked like Montana.
You want to hear something
I legitimately did. He threw dimes against Dallas.
Let me hear something funny.
I'm sorry.
Anna called me yesterday after I talked to you. She goes, "Hey, what the heck you been doing the last 3 hours?" I was like, I was away from my phone. That's something to do. She knows. Oh yeah. Anyway, she goes, I just saw something, and I've been talking to my friends. Women live longer than men. Statistically, women live longer. And I was like, really? Okay. I didn't know that. Well, I guess she was looking at some site. I don't know whether it's this. Anyway, she goes, I know why that's the case. I go, why? Because men are obsessed with sports. And she goes, and I'm like, why would you even bring that up? She goes, well, because now I'm emotionally invested in sports, and this Brock Purdy thing has me rattled.
Oh, no.
And so she goes, we just need to stop watching sports so we can live a lot longer. I was like, you make a great point, because sports have taken years off my life.
You need to remind her, old people are dominating sports right now.
No.
Jack McKeon won a World Series at like 89 years old.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was a millionaire, too, so a lot less stress.
Hey, Belichick's in his 70s. Andy Reid's in his 70s. Andy's still cooking.
She is shook and disheveled. I don't know who's more disheveled right now. Anna Novikov off this Brock Purdy situation, or Brad Gilbert about CP3.
Well, if you're Brock Purdy, and I'm being honest here, right? Like let's have a real conversation. You're on a very, very team-friendly deal right now. You are Mr. Irrelevant. You've put out some amazing tape and amazing film. And most people in the NFL think that you wouldn't look, think that you wouldn't look anywhere near as good as you've looked in any other system.
Right.
You were the franchise quarterback of one of the glory teams in all of sports at one of the glory positions, and it could be gone like that. Now, that's everyone's reality. But, like, if you're Brock Purdy, you're sitting there staring the bag in the face.
Yeah. No.
Staring the bag of money in the face. And you talked about this. There is incentive financially to rush back from the arm injury. If you don't think there's incentive for him to want to get back from this concussion injury, you are tripping.
Absolutely. Especially with free agency next. Brock wants to play outside. I guarantee you he's going to do everything.
Of course he does.
But, you got the beginning of that? Go ahead and play it. Here's the beginning of Shanahan's presser before we get back out to the lines. Here's Shanahan as he opens up his Wednesday presser. Wednesday afternoon presser. Here it is.
Right. Practice today, Debo. Same thing. Shoulder won't practice. Trent Williams, ankle won't practice. Greenlaw's having a vet day. And then Brock Purdy, new one for you guys. He's in the protocol. So, go ahead.
A new one for you?
In the game. He started getting symptoms on the plane. So I found that out when we landed. We were all pretty asleep, but then he got all checked up today or yesterday, and now he's in the protocol.
Does he have enough time to clear protocol in order to be available for the game on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, he does have enough time. Just got to go through the process.
When you watch the film, where do you think he hurt himself? Quarterback sneaks, maybe?
Possibly. We don't know for sure because he didn't start getting into the plane, so I don't know exactly, but I'd probably guess that.
Can you tell at all, I guess, when you're coaching on the sidelines, relaying in calls, whether you kind of sense anything like that? I know that you have an independent neurologist who's supposed to be looking for that, but as a coach, do you?
No. Because I don't get to talk to him when I'm calling plays in, but he on the sidelines, a couple of those series, nothing with Grease hearing it. And I know after the game, he talked to you guys and Corey, so it's kind of a surprise when I woke up on the plane.
Is there anything on film you saw that would suggest he wasn't himself in retrospect?
Not really.
Okay, just for a second. Just Shanahan's so unique. Could you imagine Andy Reid? We're missing the left guard. He's not going to practice today. Pacheco's a little dinged up. He's not going to practice today. Nick Bolton, he's dealing with a stinger. He may or may not suit up today for practice.
Possibly.
Patrick Mahomes is in a concussion protocol.
No. I got a new one for you guys.
I got a new one. Patrick Mahomes in the concussion protocol. Could you imagine, McDermott? Yeah, our left tackle hurt his ankle. He's not going to suit up this week. You already knew that. And, our right cornerback, he's hurt.
Oh,
yeah, here's a new one. Josh Allen is in concussion protocol.
This just popped up moments ago.
What are we doing? It's your franchise quarterback.
Not really. Did you know what play? Not
Did that
really.
sound like a guy who, like, the whole organization, like, when we talk about these like Joe Burrow.
That sounded like a guy who has major job security.
Did you see Zach
That's
Taylor?
what that sound like.
When Zach Taylor went to the podium when they had a calf injury for Joe Burrow and he walked off practice, and Zach Taylor looked like he was in the middle of a presidential run during wartime. He was like, I mean, his calf, I don't know. You know, we got to find out. Like, it was life and death at the podium. Shanahan's like, oh, here's a new one.
Oh, here's a new one.
I couldn't believe that.
Shanahan sounds like a guy who has major job security. You know why? He does.
He sounds like me after school, and your parents ask you, "Hey, how did it go, honey?" I was like, "Oh, it was good. Got to school on time. You know,
Lost my
science
sweater.
is great. Got suspended. Had a nice PB&J. Other than that, it was a great day." He's like, "You just slide it in there like they don't notice." Like me at the end of the grocery store sliding the Snickers bar.
It's just at the end, we got a new one. Let's go to Rich and Hayward.